Are you guys ready to talk about gear? Let's go! What's up, guys? I am Michael McAnally, and this is Leo the Hiking Dog. For the last year, we have been planning and preparing for this thru hike of the Appalachian Trail. Thank you for joining our adventure. If you are enjoying the journey, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We would be super thankful. Alright, since today we are reaching Harper's Ferry, and this is technically what they call the emotional halfway point. It's not the physical halfway point, it's the emotional halfway point. We will reach the physical halfway point not too far away from that, but we're gonna do a little gear update, like where I'm at with my gear and what I'm having to replace and all those type of things, what's failed, what's not. So let's just go ahead and start with the feet. All right, so I started out in my Topo Traverses. The Topo Traverse is a new shoe that Topo introduced that is advertised to be a thru hiker shoe, and that shoe lasted me all of 350 miles. I mean, comfortable shoe. It did its job for 350 miles, but the stiffness of the shoe made the shoe start to come apart, where some other shoes that I have from Topo have never done that. So I switched those guys out at 350 miles, and they sent me the Topo Pursuit 2s. Now the Topo Pursuit 2s are going to make it to Harper's Ferry. So they're going to have 675 miles on them, and they're still holding together. The tread is worn down on the bottom of them, so there's a little bit of, obviously tread wear after 675 miles. The heel padding has started to split, so I've had to do a little, repair there. I mean, it just did that yesterday, like literally before I'm changing them out tomorrow. So, but I put a little Luluco tape on there, and they're going to get me to Harper's Ferry. So 675 miles. I'm highly impressed with the Topo Pursuit 2s. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm rough on shoes. Being a 200-pound plus guy, right? I don't take it easy on shoes. They're getting pounded. And I've seen other people with Topo Traverses that got a lot more miles out of them than I did. So shoes are like one of those things that are individual to you. So let's talk about socks. Still wearing my Creepers. Super excited. Creeper reached out to me, and they're sending me a new version of the sock, and it's waiting for me in Harper's Ferry. So I'm going to get to try out the Creeper 2.0s. So excited about those. I do wear out the Creepers. They're not advertised to be, lasting forever sock. Nothing like your Darn Tough. But if anybody's ever tried to replace their Darn Tough socks, the outfitters do not want to exchange them. So you have to actually wash those things and mail them in to Darn Tough to get another pair of Darn Tough socks. So that whole, lifetime warranty on a pair of socks, I mean, it's really a gimmick, playing on the fact that most people aren't going to send them in for new ones. But anyway, my Creeper socks are toe socks. They're made out of merino wool. They're super, super breathable. They dry so fast. So even though my feet and my shoes were soaked yesterday, my Topo Pursuits and my socks are 100% dry today, and no issues with the feet. So let's move on to my clothing. All right, so my pants that I started with, they're going home. They're gonna go home with my wife. I don't need those anymore. I'm in shorts every single day now, so that definitely will go home. Probably gonna send my sleepwear home, which is my merino wool long sleeve and my merino wool long johns. I sleep so warm and so hot that I haven't used them in forever. I sleep in my underwear most of the time. Sometimes I sleep in my hiking clothes. Sometimes I'll sleep in, my merino wool layers. So I don't think I need it anymore. I'm just gonna go home. I do carry 3 pairs of the Creeper socks and 3 pairs of merino wool underwear. And I have gone through a couple pair of underwear, a couple pair of socks, you know, just wearing them out kind of thing. So those I'm replacing as I go along the way, and have been doing that the entire time. If something wears out, I just Amazon Prime shipped me a new one to somewhere I'm going. So that's the way that that's been working. All right, so you guys seen that I had to replace my shirt. That wasn't because the shirt wore out, it's because I went from an extra large to a large, and the shirt just didn't fit anymore. It was getting very, very big around the neck, and so so I replaced my shirt. Shorts are still going strong. I just got a pair of gym shorts that I like that have zipper pockets so that I don't lose stuff in my zipper pockets. All right, so my custom made hat, that's going to go all the way. That's not getting changed or replaced. So let's talk about some other gear. All right, my fanny pack. I have the Summit Bum fanny pack. The Summit Bum fanny pack is going to get replaced in Harper's Ferry. I have the Zpacks version of the fanny pack coming. I think it's the FUPA or something like that is what they call it. And it's because the Summit Bum has been cutting, you know, the belt that holds it around my waist is cutting the belt holder. It's basically slicing it. So after, you know, 1,000 miles now, it's getting very, very saggy and hanging forward. And my phone pocket, let me see if I can show you guys this. All right, so it's saggy and hanging forward because this is cut right here and cut right here from the belt. So because that is happening, it's causing the whole fanny pack to like hang forward. Now it has my camera equipment in it, and so, you know, I can't have, I mean, I'm not worried about the camera equipment because it's in a zipper pocket, but I'm more worried about my phone just flopping out because it's hanging so far forward and not staying locked in place because of the belt coming loose. So we definitely got to replace that thing, so I got a new one of those coming. All right, so I do have a new pair of shoes coming. I'm going with the what are those things called? The Topo Ultra Adventures or something like that. So I'm going with the most cushiest shoe that they have. Now it is not a hiking shoe, and it is not designed to last and go through what I'm about to put it through. But I wanted the most cushioned shoe for the Pennsylvania section of the trail. So I don't care if this thing lasts 300 miles or these shoes last 300 miles, because I just want, like I said, the largest cushion that I possibly can for the rocks of Pennsylvania. So that was intentional. I planned it. I think they're called the Ultra Adventures or something like that. And so check those things out. I'm going to be picking those up again in Harper's Ferry. And so yeah, all right, so I did have a gear failure the other night, and thank goodness it happened when it did, because I only had to sleep one night on it. My sleeping pad, the REI Helix, gave out on me. I was sleeping, and about 11 p.m. I found myself on the floor, and I was like, what the heck? So I thought maybe I didn't close a valve or something properly. So I went through it, and, you know, and I blew it back up. And about 3 a.m. I was back on the floor. So my sleeping pad has developed a leak. So I have replaced that with the brand new Nemo Tensor all season ultralight pad. And that will be waiting for me again in Harper's Ferry. So I only had the one night on the deflating sleeping pad, and then I got to stay at Bear's Den. It was another kind of reason to not finish yesterday's hike and stop at Bear's Den, a little bit short of where we wanted to be, but because I didn't have a sleeping pad, I would have been laying on the ground of whatever I was sleeping on. So I'm definitely getting that replaced, and I'm going to try that new Nemo Tensor all season ultralight pad. I'm going to let you guys know how comfortable that is. I've really enjoyed the comfortability of my REI Helix. I don't know if comfortability is a word or not. I don't think it is, but we're going to use it anyway. So I got to replace that bad boy. My quilt has been fantastic. I have a hammock gear 20-degree quilt. I have never slept a cold night on this trail. We've had plenty of cold nights. We've had plenty of nights in the 20s. I've slept, you know, in places where it's freezing rain, places where we had snow that day. And so we definitely have gotten cold temperatures, but with my sleep system and with my thermals and stuff like that, I'd never had a single cold night. I have not been cold on this trail at night at all. So it's done its job. I need to up the value, because as we enter the warmer days, which like today is supposed to get up into the 80s, at night it's going to be hot, and I can't sleep when I'm hot. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to get, so I mean, I don't know yet. 40 degree, maybe 40 degree quilt might be the deal, or some type of ultralight summer quilt might be the deal. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to replace that thing. Not replace it, but just downgrade it. I might possibly bring it back in the northern states, maybe through the whites or something like that. But I'll be there June, July, so I'll actually be there during the warmest time of the year. So we'll have to just play that kind of by ear. And so that's where that's at. My pillow, if you guys don't remember, at the very beginning of the trip, my pillow is, what is that thing called? It is a mega pillow, mega pillow. So I got the mega pillow, and the very first day I was on trail, that thing started deflating after I'd been using it for 3 months, 4 months, something like that. So super disappointed that, because it's an X-Pad mega pillow. And so super disappointed that it started doing that and was not able to continue using it, because I actually really like that pillow. And they, for some reason, aren't selling anymore. So, there might have been a flaw there. So we're gonna, so I upgraded to a foam pillow that condenses down real small. And so I don't ever have to worry about it leaking. And I combine that with like my clothes bag at the top edge of my mat to create something super comfortable to sleep on. So so I definitely have replaced that pillow, but I think I'm just going to keep what I got right now for the rest of the trip. All right, so let's talk about some of the major gear. My Zpacks Offset Duo tent. All right, still going strong. Absolutely love the Zpacks Offset Duo. If you're interested in any Zpacks gear, make sure you use one of my links down below, and I get a little bit of commission off of that. You don't have to pay any extra money for the thing. I just make a little bit of a few bucks for you using my link. So the Zpacks Offset Duo, fantastic tent, absolutely massive, more room than me and Leo need for a 2-person tent, and so it has worked out beautifully. So the only thing I could say is the tent bag itself is made out of a super thin Dyneema, and the tent bag is starting to come apart. So I may at some point have to replace the tent bag itself. So we'll either look for a replacement for that in Harper's Ferry, or I'll just wait till I get further up the trail to replace it. It's not completely useless yet. So that's the only problem I have with that. Now let's talk about backpacks. So you guys know that my hip belt failed me on the way to Damascus. Got the new part, and the backpack is doing absolutely fine with the replacement part. Still love my backpack. Not complaining. Zpacks was very responsive. Sent me the part right out. You know, I had it waiting on me when I got there. So I'm happy with the fact that, you know, there was a failure, but they also recognized it and took care of it. So that's the backpack itself. So the backpack is absolutely something I would still highly recommend. It's only 20 ounces, guys. This backpack is super ultra light. All right, so it is a fantastic backpack to have. Carbon fiber stays, a carbon fiber frame, a back mesh panel that keeps the back, or the pack off of my back most of the time, and load lifters that keep the load off of my shoulders as well. There are little quirks to the Zpacks backpack, like the the front adjusting straps and stuff like that sometimes slip and slide. Guys, it's easy to correct. Add a little piece of Luco tape to it. It won't slip and slide anymore. Get it where you want it and put a little piece of Luco tape around it, and it won't slide back through the buckle. So Luco tape can fix almost anything. Fix my shoes. It can be a little fix for your backpack straps. You know, you can put it on your feet if you get a blister. So Luco tape is like miracle tape out here. It's a Leuko tape, if you've never heard of that for hiking. I hadn't heard of it when I first started either. Alright, so other than that, I got my Gossamer Gear thin light pad strapped to the top of my pack. Saved the best for last. I think that is absolutely my most vital and important piece of gear because I use it the most. It is my sit pad. It goes underneath my sleeping mattress and shelters to keep, you know, my sleeping mattresses clean. It goes underneath my sleeping mattress in my tent to prevent me from sliding around. It kind of like makes it stick, you know, it doesn't allow it to move around. I use it for breaks, you know what I mean? If I want to lay out in the grass, I can take it off the top of my pack and just lay it out in the grass and lay down on it. So, and it sits on top of my pack at all times to create basically a rain shield. I've never had water in my pack. We walked in the rain for yesterday for at least 5 hours. Never had a drip of water inside of my pack. So, you know, if you've got one of these roll top packs, I highly suggest you don't need to invest in it. It's a $20 piece of gear, but it has so many uses and it has done so many things. I think it's my favorite piece of gear. $20 piece of 1/8 inch foam, and that folds perfectly and goes over the top of my pack. And yeah, it is hands down right now my favorite piece of gear. My Amazfit T-Rex 2 watch 100% failed on me. I've had the watch for like 8 months. I use it for jiu-jitsu and for hiking. And out here, I don't know what happened, but the batteries normally last like 20 days. And then if you're hiking with it and you're using the GPS, it's supposed to last like 14 days. And then it slowly started the battery life started declining. I was getting like 4 and 5 days out of it. And then, you know, 2 days, and I couldn't even keep it charged for a day. So it is no longer on my wrist. It'll get sent home with my wife, and maybe we can get it exchanged or the battery fixed or something. But I'm gonna have to start looking at other options as far as the watch goes if I want to continue having a watch for hiking. The reason why I went with that one over some of your Garmin's or Coros and stuff like that is because it had a jiu-jitsu function. And, you know, not that I wear the watch doing jiu-jitsu, but I wore an armband that Bluetooth to the watch and tracked my heart rate and stuff during jiu-jitsu. So that's the feature that I liked about the Amazfit over the other two watches. And so that's the reason why I went with it. It's because they didn't have a jiu-jitsu setting to track my activity during jiu-jitsu. All right, that is a rundown. Camera equipment. Guys, you guys have seen my videos at this point. So DJI Pocket 3 is what I'm carrying. If you need to see in detail any more about any of the equipment that I'm talking about, I did all these videos prior to the trail to talk about all this equipment. So you can compare what I'm talking about replacing to the video and see what I'm talking about. But my camera equipment, this DJI Pocket 3, highly recommend it for anybody who's doing something like this. I'm trying to vlog and hike, because it keeps the stability nice, and you know, keeps you guys from getting motion sickness while watching my videos. Built-in gimbal. I have the mic if I need to use it in high wind situations. It is an absolute fantastic piece of gear. So that's the rundown for all of my gear. Sorry for taking so long. That was 20 minutes. Holy cow. We might make that a separate video altogether. So, alright guys. Well, we're gonna keep getting these miles in and making it into Harper's Ferry.